Warm greetings to you all. I'm Lieutenant Dr. Ajanta Parthasharadi, Associate NCC Officer at STS Ramasamy Naidu Memorial College, Tamil Nadu. I belong to 2TN Girls Battalion NCC, Madurai. In this video, I'm going to present personality development, which is in our common syllabus, prescribed for senior division and senior wing, as well as for the junior, as well as junior division and junior wing. Personality development. What is that personality? An individual's personality is the complex of mental characteristics that makes them unique from other people. It all includes patterns of thought and emotions that cause us to do and say things in particular ways. Personality development is developing a personality so as to create a strong, positive impression about self with the targeted group. It is much important to maintain one's personality to prove in a long run. So it is the characteristics and the patterns of feelings, thoughts, and behaviors which make a person exceptional, one of a kind, and exclusive to his or herself. Personality originates within an individual and remains consistent throughout life. Peoples are, People are different from one another is evident through their personality. Every person is born unique to his or herself, including identical twins. They differ in fingerprints and personalities. A healthy self-image is the core determining factor of a strong personality. Your personality becomes your identity. It is the sum total of your inherent and acquired characteristics. It is not necessarily something you are born with, but something you definitely need to take responsibility for. It is primarily you alone who can shape your personality and create your reality. So it is the responsibility of oneself to groom their own personality. Now let's see some types of skills. There are various types of skills. The first one comes literacy skills, reading, writing, and arithmetic skills. The second comes language skills, communicating using a language in writing and speech. Then the third one is functional skills, filling up bank forms to deposit or withdraw money, able to read map, booking railway tickets, fix a fused bulb or leaky tap, etc. Next comes vocational skills, enhancing livelihood opportunities like carpentry, tailoring, making handicrafts, fisheries, etc. Then, sports skills, capable of playing on the field as part of a team or a single player. The next one is cultural skills, capacity to lighten the spirits of the group he or she belongs to with activities that can break the monotony. For example, using some kinds of jokes and some other energizers, etc. Then comes life skills, self-awareness, empathy, creative thinking, critical thinking, effective communication, interpersonal relationship, decision making, problem solving, coping with the stress, and coping with emotions. So, life skills are acquired through practice and patience. A skilled person uses less time, energy, and resources to do a job and produces quality results. Enhancing life skills enable us to adapt to situations and people and help us to lead a healthy and positive life. So, here we are having 10 core skills which helps us in enhancing the personality, and they are: the first one is self-awareness. Self-awareness, the name itself indicates recognition of self, our character, our strength and weakness, desires, likes and dislikes, and our own skills. Being aware of the good points about oneself helps young people build a sense of self-esteem and self-confidence. And being aware of their weaknesses will make young people be willing to learn more. This helps them utilize the opportunities available to them in relation to their abilities. Self-awareness is necessary for developing a positive attitude towards one's life. The next one is empathy. Empathy is the ability to be sensitive to another person's situation, to understand his or her concerns, worries, fears, and needs, and how they used to feel it. Empathy works when we apply it to our relationships, mainly with our loved ones, classmates, parents, friends, cousins, colleagues, on the whole, our fellow being. It helps us to move closer to solutions, to resolve conflicts, and enhance our quality of life. The next life skill is critical thinking. It is the ability to analyze information and experience in an objective manner. It can help us to recognize and assess the factors that influence our attitude and behavior, such as media and peer pressure influences. Next comes creative thinking. Creativity is the ability to generate new ideas by combining, changing, or reapplying the existing ideas. It helps us to look beyond our direct experience and to respond adaptively and with flexibility to situations in our daily lives. The next one is really important one, problem solving skills. It enables us to deal with the problems in our lives in a constructive manner. The process of problem solving involves various steps. They are identifying the problem, exploring the available alternative, and deciding on the best possible solution. The next one is decision making. Decision making is making or choosing from the varied options based on the existing knowledge of the topic under consideration, keeping in mind the positive or the negative consequences of each of the option which is available for a particular topic or particular situation. Next one is interpersonal relationship. It is an ability to establish positive relationships which helps us to relate in positive ways with the people we used to interact with. This means being able to make and maintain friendly relationships which can be of greater importance to our mental and social well-being. It may also mean being to end relationships constructively. Positive relationships help in the growth of the individuals involved. The next important one for everyone is effective communication. Effective communication is the ability to express verbally through spoken or written language and non-verbally through some gestures and body movements in ways that are culturally acceptable to our country or our social society. Next one is coping with emotions. Being aware of the predominant emotion that preoccupies the mind at any point of time and knowing how emotions influence behavior and being able to respond to emotions appropriately. The last one is coping with the stress. It means recognizing the source of stress in our lives, recognizing how this affects us physically and emotionally, and acting in ways that helps us to control our levels of stress by changing our environment, our lifestyle, and learning how to relax. Now, we are going to see a familiar story, Hunter and the Pigeon. So, through this, we can learn some life skills which have been applied by the characters involved in the story.
Yay! Here, my kids! The pigeons and the hunter.
Sorry.
Yay! Here, my kids! The pigeons and the hunter. Once there lived a flock of pigeons. They flew from place to place in search of food. One day they flew a long distance. They are flying a long distance and got tired. But they didn't find any food. They got tired in search of food. They are very hungry. It was then a little pigeon found some grains spread on the ground. The folk were happy and flew down to the ground for feeding on the grains. Pigeons are so happy and they are enjoying the food. It was then a net fell suddenly on them, trapping every bird in the fold. The net was a trap made by a hunter. The folks saw the hunter approaching them and they knew that they were all trapped. An elderly pigeon got an idea. He instructed the folk to pick up a portion of the net by each of them and fly up in the sky with all their strength. They flew off carrying the net with them.
Hey, come on! Stop! Hey, stop!
They flew and reached on the valley of a hill where a group of rats lived. The pigeons requested help of rats to cut the nets off. As the hunter reached the site, the pigeons were all free and escaped. The moral of the story is
Fine. So the life skills we have learned from these characters. The first thing is self-awareness. The pigeons knew that they were in trouble and had to find a way out of the net. They have to escape from the net as well as ultimately from the hunter too. The next thing is creativity by the hunter. So the hunter has spread grains under the net to catch the pigeons. Here his creativity takes place. Next, creative thinking by the pigeons. They identified a creative solution of flying together. And critical thinking. One of the young pigeons identified that they are wasting energy and time by trying to fly individually. So they decided, they have taken a decision, they made a decision to fly together. And effective communication. The young pigeon assertively communicated his suggestion of flying together to his fellow birds, fellow pigeons. Then the last one is interpersonal relationship. The young pigeon could make suggestion to the leader without any fear, without any hesitation. Now, let's see some factors influencing and shaping our personality. The first factors are physical and social factors which influence and shape one's personality. Traditionally, modern psychological studies suggest that the following factors have the lasting effect on an individual's personality. The first comes hereditary. One's personality can be influenced by the genes he may have inherited from either his mother's or father's side or a combination of both. Apart from inheriting physical attributes like height, weight, skin, hair, color, psychologists have ascertained that our mental attitudes and temperaments, which have the potential for influencing our personality, are to a certain extent hereditary. The next comes self development. Of the other factors, self development is the most important factor, which can influence one's personality to a greater extent. Self awareness is the key. It entails believing in oneself and one's capabilities. It implies that despite one's family and environmental background or one's current circumstance, one remains in control or change of molding his or her personality. Such a person is aware that personality is a changing, evolving process and does everything possible to enhance his or her personality. The next comes environment. Our environment can also play a significant role on our personality. Right from early childhood through all the stages of development, our home and family, our school and teachers, our friends and colleagues at work, all exert influence on the development of our personality. Besides this, the location where we live and the society we associate with, the country of our birth and the culture we have adapted, are all critical factors that influence our personality. Next comes education. It falls into two categories: school smarts and street smarts. Thus, the most effective way of shaping one's personality is to have a test of both types and experience both worlds. School smarts are the knowledge gained from school, while street smarts are the learning that came from even the most unlikely sources. The last one is the life situations. Our situations in life are constantly changing, and this can affect our personality in varying degrees. Some have greater opportunities in life, like better amenities, better schools, and greater advantages than others. Learning skills, life skills, communicative skills, and language skills, although partially latent in some, can only be acquired through personal effort and gained through practice and experience. Hence, it is our competence in handling life situations that can sorry, positively influence our personality. The next thing is psychological and philosophical factors influencing and shaping our personality. A healthy self image is the core determining factor of a strong personality. Your personality is your identity, which we have seen in our introduction itself. It is a sum total of our inherent and acquired characteristics. It is not necessarily something you are born with, but something you definitely need to take responsibility for. It is primarily you alone who can shape your personality and create your reality and identity. The first thing in this factor, in this list of factor is past experiences. Experience is one of the major determinants of personality. It could affect a person either positively or negatively. For instance, a person who has harsh experiences of, say, being left behind may display characteristics of distress and may isolate himself from others. On the other hand, good experiences can fuel us either consciously or subconsciously to be motivated to work towards achieving the same results. People respond depending upon either their experiences or their their good experiences or their bitter experiences. The next comes dreams and ambitions. Dreams and ambitions shape our personality in a way that it facilitates our goals. We start to set priorities and change the way we are in order for such priorities to be fulfilled. Hence, these aspirations are perhaps the strongest factors that develop our attitude towards work and career. The next comes self image. Each person views himself quite different from how other people perceive him. Perceive him. Thus, one's self image usually breeds personality characteristics that are stuck that are stuck within the self image. People who feel highly with themselves display a certain arrow, arrow of confidence, and make it always seem that they are a cut above the rest. The last point in this factors influencing psychological and philosophical factors influencing and shaping personality is values. Personality of an individual is greatly influenced by the values person strongly believes in. A person who adheres to high moral standards is a well respected member of the society. He is known for his integrity and is trusted by not only his family members but also his colleagues and friends. The characteristics of such a person having a strong moral fiber ingrained into his character can have a significant influence on the personality of an individual. Finally, to conclude, in reality, we used to play many roles. For example, either a husband or a wife, a mom or a dad, a son or a daughter, a teacher or a student, a boss or an employee. Each of these different aspects of our personality require a different set of behaviors and responsibilities. A combination of the roles we play each day becomes the sum total of our personality. Developing a fine personality can be within anybody's grasp. It can be attained through systematic steps in personal development. It can be the direct result of man's positive attitude combined with all those factors which we have seen in this video. In the final analysis, it is our skill in maintaining a balanced approach to make our life healthier and happier. So, this is my reference for this video. Finally, thank you all for watching this video.